Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Gold almost $1,700, silver around the $15.40 range. What is up with gold and silver prices? Are we going to see $1,700 gold? Or are we going to see $16 silver? That is the big question. But more importantly, I want to talk about the future of silver. What is keeping prices back from substantially rising? That's going to be the real topic of this video. So before we start, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe because I do post daily videos. So I have two articles explaining why silver might not be rising as fast as people are expecting or wishing at least. So the link to these two articles will be in the description. But with that said, let's jump right into it. So liquidity in the gold market is improving, but the spread between spot prices and the COMEX futures prices remain extremely wide. One market analyst said that the persistence issue is more about confidence in the marketplace rather than supply. So confidence in the marketplace kind of sounds like the dollar, how the dollar is based off of confidence and not by real value. You can keep pumping and pumping all these worthless dollars into a system even if it doesn't have a real backing, and that can affect and reflect upon the price action it has. So although there is an ample supply of gold in the marketplace, Craig Hemp, precious metals expert at Sprott Money, said in a commentary that there are still ongoing concerns about the market supply chain. This lack of confidence is a factor in why investors are not taking advantage of the clear arbitrage in the precious metals market. Thursday, ahead of the Easter long weekend, June gold futures pushed to fresh multi-year highs of $1,754 an ounce. Meanwhile, spot gold hit a session high of $1,690. That is a difference by more than $64. 2 weeks ago, the price spread at one point was around $100. Hemp explained that investors could buy 100 ounces of gold at spot price and sell one futures contract. At Thursday's peak, that would have provided an investor an easy profit of $6,400 by the end of the June contract. That should be an easy, risk-less trade, and the result should be a narrowing of the spread back to near zero. To me, this reoccurring spread between spot and June futures is a sign of ongoing tightness and, more importantly, loss of confidence in the fractional reserve pricing system. The only reason someone wouldn't immediately execute an arbitrage trade described above is fear you won't have hit the 100 ounces in hand when the time comes to deliver it in June. Although a lot of analysts have focused on the supply crunch in gold, the same scenario is also playing out for silver. I mean, we definitely see silver supply, being shut down. Mexico and Peru, the biggest producers of silver, that accumulates over 40% of the entire silver production, has been shut down due to COVID-19. So Thursday, May silver futures rose to nearly 1 month high at $16.09 an ounce. Meanwhile, spot price rose $15.45 an ounce, a 64-cent spread. So is the problem that silver is just in the wrong place too? Or again, is this a crisis of confidence? He said obviously there's not sufficient confidence that silver bought at spot today will be handed over in time to deliver to New York in 3 weeks hence. Hemp also noted that the wide spreads in gold and silver could lead to manipulation in the marketplace, as firms or banks would just need to sell a little bit more physical to widen the spread to an attractive enough arbitrage opportunity, which would send paper gold and silver crashing lower. Although liquidity issues continue to persist in the precious metals space, Hempstead investors just need to be patient as prices are ultimately going higher. Runaway rallies might be difficult to sustain, but the ever-growing realization that QE infinity, or quantitative easing to infinity, is upon us will provide a bid for gold and silver in all forms. So regardless of regardless of, what you think gold and silver ETFs are going to do compared to the physical bullion, it's all looking like it's going to go up. And that's kind of where I look at it. So essentially, they are the same markets, but they definitely do have their differences. I'm curious, do you guys and gals invest into the physical side of things, or are you more focused on the digital side? I mean, we are going into the digital age, but if you are not buying physical gold and silver that you can't touch and hold in your own hands, then you're not in complete control of your money. And that's the whole point of investing into physical gold, is you are in complete control of your wealth. There's no custodian, there's no maintenance. You are in complete control. So weaker dollar and optimistic equity markets help silver gain more ground. Silver continues its previous upside trend following the release of the U.S. initial jobless claims, which showed that 6.6 million of Americans filed for unemployment benefits. The U.S. stock market was swinging between gains and losses on the news, but so far showed no signs of panic due to the grim data. The U.S. dollar is losing ground against a broad basket of currencies, and the U.S. dollar index has slipped below the psychologically important 100 level. The U.S. dollar weakness is bullish for silver since it makes it more affordable for buyers who have other currencies. The situation with the coronavirus stabilizes, and the European countries have already started to work on plans regarding how to reopen their economies. Obviously, the current virus containment measures will be lifted gradually, since no one wants to risk provoking a second wave of infection. However, the talk about reopening the economy after the weeks of the never-ending bad news is already sufficient enough to encourage investors. Gold is showing upside, and it looks like the stage may be set for another leg up in the precious metals markets. A combination of positive equity markets performance and a weaker U.S. dollar is exactly what silver needs to have more upside in the current market environment. Which is true, when the dollar index is higher, gold and silver is lower. When the dollar index is lower, gold and silver is higher, which they definitely correlate together where they're opposed to each other. So if we see QE to infinity, quantitative easing, just pumping in all this money, trillions of dollars, stimulus packages, when we're already broke or already in debt, it's going to make the dollar weaker, in return making gold and silver go much higher. So here's the technical analysis. Silver prices have settled firmly above the 20 EMA at $14.75 and continue their current upside trend. Silver has previously received support just above the 20 EMA at $14.85. This level has been tested 3 times, and each time silver saw increased buying activity, so more volume. Thus, $14.75 to $14.85 area is the first major support level for silver. I'd also expect it won't be easy for silver to go through the $14.30 to $14.60 area in case it breaches the first material support level. On the upside, the next material resistance is the 50 EMA at $15.60. This level is close to the recent top, which was reached a few days ago. So it's definitely close to and probably will break through that resistance level, which is very good news, which means we can see a lot higher prices, even though it is close to the support level. If you don't know, resistance level is the price it has to break above. Support level is the price it has to stay above as well. So support level is the bottom, resistance levels are the top, for anyone who doesn't know. So, for example, if it has a $14.60 support level, silver has to stay above this line. If it has a $15.60 resistance level, that means it has to try to break above this line. So that's the support, that's the resistance. So in case silver is able to go above the 50-day EMA level and settle there, it will have a very good chance to get back to pre-crisis levels at $16.50 and complete the current rebound. So definitely some reasons why silver may not be exploding right away, but it doesn't mean that it won't. We just have to play the waiting game. Are you patient enough, ladies and gentlemen? Are you patient enough to wait out and let silver's natural price flourish and flood the markets. And once things do start to recover, once things do start to pick up, are you going to be in the position to buy, sell, trade, or are you going to be holding off, or have you missed the boat completely? I just made a video talking about why now is the time to buy silver, and a lot of people are probably going to be missing out, sitting on the sidelines, knowing that silver is a ticking time bomb, knowing that silver is such a beneficial investment that can change your life, for the better, financial freedom, or financially free, but they didn't pull the plug, they didn't jump the gun, and they're going to be kicking themselves in the butt. Are you going to be one of the people that missed the boat, missed the opportunity that we have, which is silver? Or are you in? Do you have positions in? Are you diversifying your portfolio? And are you lowering your dollar per ounce average? Do you even have silver at all? Are you going to be benefiting from it, or are you using all this knowledge and not putting anything into action? I'm curious where. I'm sure a lot of you are silver stackers, but there are probably people that are on the sidelines that are a little hesitant, and I get it. Silver stacking can be overwhelming. It can be a little scary to invest your hard-earned money into something that, isn't showing much effort yet, but you have to have faith in the markets and know that it will appreciate. Just remember, silver was $50 not even 10 years ago. $50 not even 10 years ago. And right now it's sitting at $14, $15. So the chance of it doing that again in 10 years from now is very high. So even if you just want to invest for 10 years, cash out at $50, you'd be making a fortune. So anyways, thanks for tuning into this video. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, because I do post daily videos. Link to this article from Kitco will be in the description. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.